Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and share the link so more people will join us, and don't forget please to use a nice language, otherwise we have to block your name from the chat. The topic is Islam, not the Muslims really, so avoid calling Muslims bad words. We are here to question Islam. Muslims are people like us, and I believe they are deceived, and we are here to help them, not to attack them. There's tons of articles exist in the internet, and as I see on the front of me, one of them, it says 106 reasons why I converted to Islam. Look like this guy, he give up, he reached 106, he cannot get more. So if we get you a religion, have 107 reasons you will leave Islam and you will join the new religion. I mean, sometime I read and I find that those who write articles, they are immature, literally immature. You know, there is one reason to convert to any religion, not 100, not 10, not any. Either is true or not. The rest is false. The rest is stupid. So, and then they start counting for you the reasons. Okay, oneness of God. So what if this God is 1 or 2 or 5 or 7? If he is real or not, this is the question. Immature thinking. God has no God. Okay, well, your God has no God, but how you know? Did you prove it? Did you prove that this God has no God? Well, the Quran have tons of verses where Allah, he praise Allah. Allah, he say in the name of Allah. So if Allah is one, how Allah is speaking at the name of the other Allah? And how we can prove that this God has no God? Actually, we can prove the opposite from the Quran, easy, and we can show you that Allah is very important in Islam. That's very funny. I mean, if Allah is not very important in Islam, so who's going to be important? I forgot. Muhammad is more important in Islam from Allah. If a person insulted Allah, he will be forgiven. He will be given 3 days to repent. But if he insulted the Prophet, he must be executed. So Allah come as number 2 as important after Muhammad. Allah, there is here is me when I call him. I don't see, so I don't know how this is work for you. As I know as a Middle Eastern who is an Arab, that Muslims, they go to churches praying to Jesus when they want to be healed, and many churches in the Middle East, they are running by donation from Muslims. Allah, he hear no one. Actually, there's a hadith confirmed that Allah is deaf. And let me show you. Don't tell me that you know more than your prophet. Your prophet, he said that Allah, he come every day in the 3rd part of the night. Every day. He come. Let me make it more clear for you in case the text is not clear. And this is a very authentic hadith, as you see. This is a very authentic hadith. Our Lord, who is talking, Muhammad, the exalted, descend every night to the lowest heaven when 1/3 of the later part of the night is left, and he says, who supplicates me so that I may answer him? Who asks me so that I may give him? Who asks me forgiveness so that I may forgive him? And here this is actually explain a lot about Islam. Instead of telling me 106 reasons to convert to Islam, I just found all the reasons to refuse Islam in just one statement. Because if Allah is all hearing, Allah is all knowing, Allah, he see everything, why Allah is descending every night from point A to point B to listen to us? Remember, the reason for Allah to descend down is what? Is to hear our prayer. So Allah, if he don't descend down, he cannot hear the prayer. Do you see it? He descend for a reason. What he descend for? He descend so he can hear you. Who supplicate to me? Which means he will not be able to know who supplicate to him unless he descend. So I found a very clear reason to reject Islam and God as God. Because what kind of God he need to step down? Let us say, let us make it, you know, simple for those who they are not understanding what I'm trying to say to you. According to Muslims, Allah, he live in 7 floors building, in the top of 7 floor buildings. So this is a floor number 1, this is a floor number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are in the, sorry, this, we are under the lower one, which is number 7. So Allah is here. Where is Allah? Is here. This is Allah. All right. Allah, in order to hear you, according to Muhammad, he have to go. He have to go. It's not a choice. It's not like a you know, he have to go in order to listen to you and to hear you all the way to the lowest level. So he have to cross 7 skies every night to go down so he can hear you praying to him. You see, I said nothing. Muhammad, he get him his God busted. It's not me. If Allah is God, if Allah is all knowing, if Allah is all hearing, he cannot hear, he can hear me without going anywhere. So you give me a 106 reason to convert to Islam. Here we go. In less than 30 seconds, I found the reason for every Muslim to leave Islam. This is cannot be true. This is cannot be about God. Secondly, Allah descend where, my friend? You see what Muhammad he did in this hadith? This hadith alone is enough. And now they will say, oh, this is, we reject this hadith. This is authentic. Do you know what the other mistake Muhammad he did? Who wanna help me? Who wanna help me in this story here? What is the other mistake Muhammad he did in this story here? He made a big mistakes. What is the second mistake? Anyone can tell me? Anyone knows? What is the second mistake? It's very clear. Think with me carefully. Additional that Allah is coming down. Allah may forgive you. Okay, we will leave that because, you know, not everyone who asks God to be forgiven, he will be forgiven. You know, that's okay. This is just this is like this is something cannot be confirmed wrong or right because it's a choice of forgiveness anyway. Anything else? The earth is round. Thank you. So one of our friends here, he gave us the answer. If Allah is coming every day in the 3rd part of the night, all right, if Allah is coming every day in the 3rd part of the night, okay, he's coming where? He said descend down. The only way to accept such a statement, if Muhammad believed that the earth is a flat and there's only one time Allah he come down, it is in the 3rd part of the night. That's mean the earth have only 1/3 part of the night. Additional proof that Muhammad is a false prophet. Right? So we did not start even examining the God of Islam when we find a big failure in the idea of this religion. However, I did not start my topic yet. My topic is, who is a Muslim who knows who is Allah? They don't know. The Muslim, they debate you about the nature of your God as a Christian, but they do not know the nature of their God. Have you ever heard of a Muslim he can tell us who is Allah? All what they say to you is God. My friend, I'm not asking you what his job. It's funny. If I say to you who is the eye doctor, you say to me the eye doctor. I'm saying who is he? Do you know who is he? Not his job. So who is Allah? They say to you he is the creator. Well, that's very easy to prove that's got to be true Because have you ever heard of a God he do not know simple things about this world? As an example, this God, he think the sun set in murky water. He think the women have a sperm coming from their ribs. The man have a sperm coming from the backbone. And the baby is created from a sperm who transform into a congealed dead blood. Have you ever heard of a God who do not know which one he created first, the stars or the trees? So one verse he says something, the other verse he says something. So who is a Muhammadan is willing to call me right now, right here, and tell me who is Allah? Do you know that Muhammad never spoke to Allah? He never heard Allah. Do you know that? So how you follow Allah if you do not know who's Allah? Who's Allah? Didn't know. And I'm not questioning the name right now because even the name itself is a theft. The name Allah contains two words, Al and La, which is the moon god. In the ancient Aramaic and in the ancient Hebrew, the letter Al mean God. Regardless what God it is, true God or false God, doesn't matter. La is the moon god. Allah, that is the true name of Allah. God La, and it's a name stolen from the Aramaic people, and the Muslims, they have no idea. Now this name for sure they share it, like they share it in Egypt, they share it in many territory in the Middle East, and the same God have many names depend in the culture, the language. And the reason those people they choose the moon god to be their god, because the god of the moon is more nice. He don't kill their cattle, he don't dry their grass, and he don't make them thirsty, while the sun is an ugly god. This is why you see Muhammad he speak always against the sun. So he claimed even that the sun arise from between the two horns of Shaitan. Now either Muhammad is a fiction person or he is a true prophet. Now you choose one. Do you believe really that the sun rises from between the two horns of Shaitan? And this is why he forbid the Muslims to pray when the sun is rising. All of those statements is against the sun. You see it? All those statements is coming from people who hate the God of the sun, who worship the God of the moon. And Muhammad, he is adopting all the pagan lifestyle and belief before him. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us and tell us who is Allah? So if we go back to the 106 reasons the Muslims they try to come with, we find that those reasons are immature. They are like made by a bunch of children. Allah has no image. This is a big fat lie. What are you talking about? Here we go. This is your prophet getting you busted. I mean, obviously those they claim to be Muslim, but they don't know what Islam is about. Who said to you that Allah has no image? Who is the one who mentioned that to you? Muhammad is copying a verse from the Bible where it says that God he created Adam in his image, word by word. The Muslim they try to explain this. They say, oh, they are saying that Adam he was created in such an image. Well, so you beat a man in his shoulder. Well, isn't it this is the same image of shoulder of Adam? What is the point? Isn't it your prophet? He says Allah have 5 fingers. Allah he has a leg. He have a shin. Allah, he have two hands and both his hand in the right side? So where you get this is from, that Allah has no image? So all these articles are fraud. Not only either they are made by a bunch of ignorant who do not know what Islam is about, or it's a fraud made in purpose to fool you, and they fabricated names there about people who converted to Islam. Because I can make an article of 1 million people right now in the internet, and every one of them, his name is Muhammad and Ali and Ahmad, and then I say why he converted to Christianity. But where are they, those people? And let us talk to them. So now, who is a Muhammadan would like to call us and tell us who is Allah? Instead of telling me Allah is one, you know, if we go like, you see, I searched for articles speaking about the nature of Allah, and look what I found. I mean, I found, as usual, immature answers. Look, nature of Allah. The question is the nature of Allah. The guy is telling me that Allah have 99 names and Allah is one God. What does have to do with the nature of Allah? And why Allah have 99 names? I mean, what does that mean? Why he stopped with the 99? Is there something missing? Is he out of them? Maybe his credit card decline. Where is the answer? Where is the nature of Allah? The nature of Allah. Islam is based in monotheism, and this is very much questionable, because you Muslims, you claim that you worship one God, but you associate the name of your God with the name of your prophet. When you say shahada, what is the shahada? Witnessing in Arabic. What do you witness? You witness for Allah and Muhammad. You associate the name of God with the name of a man. So how you claim that you are a monotheist? If somebody, he said, I want to believe in Allah, according to Muslims, he is not a Muslim. He have to witness that Muhammad, he have to put the name of Allah with the name of Muhammad. Not only that, the Muslims associate the knowledge of Allah with the knowledge of Muhammad, to the point if Muhammad says something, Allah and his prophet knows best. When Muhammad asked one of his hungry disciple, this guy, his name is Abu Huraira, and he used to follow the prophet because he's always hungry. He want to get a free meal, you know, because he claimed to be a prophet. So wherever he go, he get a free meal. This is why he accompany him. So here, we found that's Muhammad saying to his hungry companion, do you know where the sun set? I entered the mosque, Allah Messenger was sitting, and when disappearing from the site, he said, oh Abu Dhar, do you know where it goes? The narrator said, Allah and his apostle knows best. The Holy Prophet said, holy, how is holy? If Muhammad, the Quran says he's a sinner, so you worship him, you make him holy. How you say he's holy? I can let it go and say, okay, maybe this is a like hypocrisy statement, praising a man, making him holy. The Quran confirmed that Muhammad is a sinner, and not only that, Allah will forgive his past sin and the one to come. If we go in the Quran, in the yellow pages of Muhammad, we will find the following. You see, everything we say here, it's proven, and we don't make things up. This is your Quran saying it clearly that Allah, and look here in the Muslim translation, they say that Allah may forgive your fault. Faults do not need to be forgiven, my friend. It's a sin. In Arabic it says لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ. They lie in the translation. It says ذَنْبَك. Dhanb is not a fault. Fault is something different. Fault is something you do without intention. This is not fault. If we change the translator in a second, we will see how they lie to us. Here we go. The same Muslim translation. It's Muslim. Why Muslim translation says sin and the other one says fault? Because it depends how hypocrite you are, the translator. Here you will see that Allah is saying, and this is proving that Allah cannot be Allah if he is God. that Allah may forgive thee. Okay, if Allah is the one speaking about forgiveness, why he is saying me, may? And what kind of Allah he forgive the past and the coming sin? Is that a license for sin? Yes. And this is unethical. You see, the Muslim, they say to you and lying that the Christian believe that they believe in Jesus, that's it, they are saved, doesn't matter how much sin they do. Well, this is not really true. What Jesus said, he forgive us if we believe and we repent. This is why he said, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. So you say to him, Lord, Lord, from now until tomorrow, and from now until the coming century, but you do not do his will, which is fighting sin, repenting, and changing your life, then you are a fake Christian. And Jesus said, from their fruits you shall know them. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Here we see the opposite. Muhammad, he have a license for sin, and Allah saying that he may forgive him. And the funny, he is not saying may Allah forgive him, he says that Allah may forgive thee. So who is the one is talking? If Allah is one and Allah is the only God, then Allah he say may Allah forgive your sin. Well, it sounds like there's Allah speaking about another Allah. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? When the Muslim walk around the Kaaba, you know, the Muslim, they say whatever they want around the Kaaba, but usually they sing songs coming from the tradition of Islam. Have nothing to do with Jesus. Do we have any Muslim can tell us who is Allah? We go back to the hadith. This hadith has proven to us many things, that Muhammad, he accept people saying that his knowledge is and the knowledge of Allah is one. So this is a shirk. Muslims are not people who believe in monotheism. Allah and his apostle know best. Did Muhammad say don't say that? Did Muhammad say shame on you to say that? I am no one, I am just a man, I'm just a prophet, I tell you what Allah told me. I know nothing of myself. No, Muhammad, he like it, he keep continue. Actually, he is mentioning this statement, do you know? So the guy will praise him and say Allah and his apostle know best. And then Muhammad, to prove to us that he is a false prophet, he continues says that the sun goes every day and sleep under the throne of Allah. So Muhammad, and here you will see, speaking about return to the sitting place and the rising place. There is a sitting place for the sun, and there is a rising place for the sun. And this is exactly confirmed as in the Quran. It says that the sun set in the murky water, and next to it, next to the sitting place of the sun, he found people living there. If Muhammad is a prophet of God, how God he gave him such a false information? Any Muslim can explain to us? Anyone? My Skype is open. You can give your ID to the admin and she will text me, or any one of them will text me, and I will be happy to call you immediately. It doesn't matter how long your beard, how small it is, we take you. Anyone? So when they try to understand what the Muslims worship, we find that there's nothing worshiping there. I mean, this is a bunch of stories, and those stories full of fictions and full of lies. What sun sitting in murky water, and what the sun goes every day to bow down under the throne of Allah. I mean, do you know how many suns there is in this galaxies? What sun? Sun is nothing. The sun compared to this universe is the same as like a piece of charcoal. It's burning. So this is what the sun do every day, go under the throne of Allah. And this is the explanation of Muhammad of the sunset. And this is how God he speak. And this is how God he teach. and this is supposedly the true God who you are so 106 reason to convert to Islam. What about reason number one? Islam is a stupid cult, and we are proving it in front of you. What about number two? Islam is an ignorant cult. What about number three? Allah know nothing. Allah is a God of superstition stories. So all those articles proving to us that Islam is false cult. And then if we continue reading any Islamic article to try to find, okay, maybe the answer will come later, maybe after 1 hour reading we will find the answer. The nature of Allah. What is the nature of Allah? Who is a Muslim wanna call me and tell me the nature of Allah? All what I see, Allah is one. Who care about this one thing? I mean, I got it. Allah is one. Thank you. And by the way, the verse they are quoting for us doesn't say Allah is one. It says one of, because the word in Arabic here is ahad, and the word ahad mean in Arabic one of, not one. So if Allah he chose the word, obviously Allah he don't speak good Arabic. But let me tell you what happened. Muhammad was quoting the Jews. O Israel, your God is Echad. Echad. This is the word ahad. They have even the same pronunciation. Echad is unification, is not one as number. So when the Quran he chose that word, copying the Jews, he proved to us again that the one who is making the Quran is a thief, and he is trying to adopt the God of the Jews. But this is not will not make him, as they claim, one person. That will make him one of many, because the one you choose is ahad. The word ahad in Arabic is different from the word wahid. You see, if I go right now to the Quran and I type the word ahad, actually let me do this. I will go to chapter 112 in front of your eyes, and I will copy the word as it is. The word they keep saying to us, ahad. I will copy it. Be my witness. Copy, and I will paste in the search engine. Exactly the same word, and look what we will find. All those coming as one off. Do you see it? وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ, and they teach none of. وَلَا نُفَرِّقُ بَيْنَ أَحَدٍ, and we don't differentiate between any of. Do you see it? We make no distinguish between any of. This is what ahad mean. This is the sentence they keep repeating for us. Even that sentence is a theft, is stolen from the Old Testament, from the Jews. Muhammad he put the word there, and those who follow, they don't know what this word mean. The word wahid in Arabic mean one. The word ahad mean one of. So how Allah can be one of? So even that one, they get it wrong. In different verse in the Quran, the author of the Quran, Muhammad, he made another mistake. Let us see. Allah he said in the Quran, if we want to take a wife, we will take it from ourselves. He will take it from what? From ourselves. Who is a Muslim is willing to call us and tell us Allah will take a wife from ourself? Who is the ourself which is going to be the choice of Allah to have sex with? Anyone? Any Muslim? And why we don't see the Muslims who want to call us and prove us wrong and get us busted? You know, feel free. I mean, all what you need to do, just make a phone call, show everybody that this guy, he do not know what he's talking about. Anyone? So can we take this as like nobody is willing to challenge? Where is Zakir Naik and where is those guys who grow long beard? Every single verse in the Quran is a disaster. Who wanna prove me wrong? If we go back to the Muslims, you see, just forget about Muslims article. Let me summarize Islam for you, my friends and my brothers and sisters. What Islam? Islam is a religion. If you believe in it, you will go to a place, have a lot of honey. Okay. This is the reward of Allah. Islam is a religion. If you believe in it, you will have a green shirt. And this shirt is made by Ayatollah al-Khomeini in Iran. It's a Persian brand. Are you sure? Yes. Islam is a religion. If you believe in it, you will have a pillow. And next to the pillow, a lot of women. Am I lying? So you tell me 106 reasons of converting to Islam. You did not mention any of them about what Allah He said. All the reasons of Allah which is mentioned in the Quran why you should convert to Islam, I cannot see it in this article. Where is the virgins? Where is women who have nobody touch their where is women who they are so white? Where is women with big breast? You see, they did not mention to us the real reason to convert to Islam. Where are they, the real reasons? Why you don't speak about them? Is it this is Quran or not? Here we go. This is the Quran telling us the reason to convert to Islam. So you notice right away that they are lying to us. I mean, what kind of God He promised me that I will have women with big boobs? What I will do with them? I practice boxing like boing, 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 boing. So my wife with big, she stand in front of me and I practice boxing with her. Or maybe she will help me if the flood of Noah happen again, we will not be drowned because she have too big balloon. So 106 reasons not to convert to Islam, none of them is what is written in the Quran. Look at this. This is the reason to convert to Islam. What about the boys? The boys, my friend. The boys who will go around you. Huh? Boys, yes. In heaven, yes. What they will do, according to Muslims, they will be your servant. They will be what? They will be your servant. And here you will see that they are so white, not only they are boys. And read with me carefully. This is the reasons to convert to Islam. Allah, He count reason number 1, count number 2, number 3. Why you are lying to us? My friend, you will be lying in the couches. All my life I'm dreaming to get a couch. Actually, I'm thinking now, if finally I get some saving, I'm going to buy a couch. And brother, Allah, He promised us we will be reclining and we will see each other face to face. You believe it? It's a miracle. So now we have a couch, and then we are sitting face to face, and then around us will be boys, and those boys, they will go around us serving us with cups full of wine and ginger. And the brother, you will not get drunk, and the brother, the boys will not bleed, and the brother, you will eat a fruit you prefer, and the brother, the buffet have only bird meat, no fish, no shrimp, sorry. And then in the top of that, brother, women who they are called hur, and they are so white. How white? Muhammad, he said, not me, that those women, they will be white to the point you can see the marrow of their bones. Do you see it? Reasons to convert to Islam, those are the reasons. This is why the Mujahideen, they want to join Al-Qaeda and ISIS, not because they love Allah. They are going there, they want to have sex. This is the truth. And what kind of women those women are? Women who they are so white, because Muhammad, he knew the Arab, they are obsessed with the white color, they are racist. He knew what his people like, so he promised them false promises about women who they are so white to the point you can see the marrow of their bones. And don't take me wrong, women who you can see the marrow of their bones, they are very beautiful. I mean, imagine you have a wife like this, or like this, or like that, or like this one. I mean, who can resist this? Nobody. Brother, we cannot resist this. This is so beautiful. So you count for me all the reasons to convert to Islam except the real reasons. Giving me all kind of fiction, false statement, have nothing to do with what Islam is about. Why? Because you do not know what Islam is about. And all those articles are written for a bunch of ignorant who do not know what Islam is. But you cannot do that with me. And who in the world, when I have a woman, you can see the marrow of her bones? I mean, what is this? Harun is a Muslim. You want to talk to me? Let us see if Harun. Okay, Mr. Harun. Well, I hope you are not playing games, because if you are, I will block you. Are you for sure you are a Muslim, Mr. Harun? Okay, let us give you a call. Take my call, Harun. It says you are not online. Are you there? I will give you 2 minutes more to come online and call me, otherwise I will block your name. So as you see, you know, they don't know who's Allah, they don't know what Islam is about. Islam is just a silly cult. And what kind of God he promised me women with big breast? And what kind of a God he promised me a green t-shirt and a pillow? That's what God is about. And then when we ask them who is Allah, they don't know. Or what they give us a very funny stories like Allah is one. Who cares if he's 1 or 10? If Allah is 1, if Allah is 10, if Allah is 1,000, that will not change the fact if he is true or not. Prove to me that who is Allah. Tell me who's Allah. You say to me Allah is the creator. How Allah is the creator and he says such a silly thing? He think the sun set in the murky water. He think the sun come from between the 2 horns of shaitan. He think that the sperm is coming from the backbone of the man. So this is Allah. Okay, let me block this Moil, whatever his name. He sent me his account to call him. He did not come online. Okay, we have another one. Let us hope he is a Muslim. Mute YouTube, please. Mute YouTube. Mute YouTube, please.
Hello.
Yes, my friend. Go ahead. You are live on air. What do you want to say to us?
Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Christian Prince. Yeah. Nice talking to you.
Thank you, my friend. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't want to say my name, and I came through your, yeah, I came through to your channel through Apostate Prophet. Yeah. So, yeah, and yeah, I'm a Muslim actually.
All right.
But I have my doubts. I have so many doubts. I do listen to lots of, you know, atheist podcasts, and you know, like so many atheists especially from ex-Muslims. But when I got through to your channel, you know, that was what totally destroyed, almost destroyed me. Really, things have never been the same since I listened to you. You know, it was just too much. So my question here is, you know, I will give you a background story so that you can understand where I'm coming from very well.
All right.
Right? Are you listening to me?
I'm listening, my friend.
When I started having my doubts was, I don't know do you know about Sudan, the Darfur problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was when I started having my doubts. I was like, okay, these are Arab Muslims killing other black Muslims in the same country, and all the sheikhs and all the big mosques in Saudi Arabia and all these big Muslims, nobody ever come out to condemn it. You know, I mean, this were people being hacked to death, being raped, being killed, children. You know, it was so crazy. Only George Clooney and his wife Amal Clooney, only Christians, you know, were coming to, you know, to help these people. So I was wondering what's going on. I thought that, okay, maybe, you know, Islam doesn't have, you know, this tradition or culture of human rights, and so I was still waiting that something will happen. You know, that was when I started having my doubts, and I started, you know, reading all these other contrarian ideas about what is going on. Why would a religion that always talks about compassion, about rahmah, and all these things, why? You know, so that was when I started having. So in the end, you know, I got introduced to a guy who told me that, you know, that is all Sunni Muslim. But when you go to Shia Muslim, Shia Islam is the right Islam. You know, everything is good and dandy. But I still have my doubts. I say, you know, I'm struggling. I have to, because okay, I come from a Muslim country, and Islam has been part of my tradition right from when I was a kid. So what I'm thinking of becoming maybe Shia Islam will be a lot more better, you know. So those are the struggles I've been having. Anytime I listen to you, I was like, it's like it seems so unreal. You know, I keep wondering where is all these things? Why is it that nobody ever talks about them? You know, yeah. So I have a lot of struggle. Yeah.
So now you are thinking that Shia is somehow maybe better than the Sunni teaching, correct?
Yeah. You know, because you know what my friend told me is that he said the Sunni people are racist. He said, okay, where is all the hadith by Bilal? He said Bilal has so many hadith. He said, but they hide all the hadith of Bilal because Bilal is black. So. But he said in Shiite Islam they really you know, recognize. Although I don't know much about Shiite Islam, but he said in Shiite Islam Bilal is respected and all that. Well, so that is where I am now. But yeah, it's been struggle every day. Anytime I listen to you, my brain just goes into overdrive, and sometimes I can't sleep. You know. Right. Yeah.
Here we go. This is the Shia. You see, I don't talk about Shia usually. I will put it for you on the screen. I don't know. You are from Sudan, so I'm assuming that you know Arabic. So here,
yeah, I know Arabic. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So now here, I will show you what the Shia believe about you as a black person. Here, this is the book, Jamo Ahadith al-Shia, Al-Sayyid al-Burduraji, volume number 20, sorry, page number 93. And this is exists in many books. It's not only in one book. I just like let's say the one come to my hand right now.
Okay.
Babu karahati munakahat az-zinj. Do you understand what is that saying?
Yeah, zinj is the black people. Yeah.
Why it's hated to marry from a black? The word they are saying zinj, which means you know, the color.
Okay, yeah. Babu karahati manakihat az-zinj.
Correct. And والخزر والخوز والسند والهند والقند والنبط والkurd, and it is accursed by the Prophet of Allah. All right. So
which book is this?
There's many books. We will show you the hadith. Let us go one by one. We will show you. You know.
Okay.
The hadith. This is all from coming from Ali supposedly.
It
says here. Yeah. It says coming from the Prophet and reported by Ali supposedly. Okay. He said, "An Abi Abdullah alayhi salam قال لا تناكح الزنج." Don't marry, or let us say, have sex with the black women. With the black.
Can you highlight it? Okay.
Yeah.
And Abi Abdullah alayhi salam قال لا تناكح الزنج. Okay. Don't marry a zinj. Yeah.
But let me. I'm trying to find the other source. Here they just say don't sleep with black people, but they don't say why. So let me see if we can find the reason. This is the book of Al-Kafi, which is equal to Al-Bukhari.
Al-Kafi. Okay.
Here we go. Here it says why. This is the book of Al-Sheikh Al-Kilani, Al-Kafi, volume number 5, page number 352. Hadith number 17. And we go down here, it says here.
Then they say Ali ibn Ibrahim.
Anyway, and then it says من كراهة مناكحة من الأكراد والسودان, specifically Sudan. You are from Sudan, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You see the word Sudan? Do you see the word Sudan?
Okay. Yeah. Could you highlight it? Because okay. Yeah.
So why it is hated munakahat to have sex with Kurdish or people of Sudan or etc. He said إن نكاح الزنج فإنه خلق مشوه. Do you understand?
Can you highlight it in the nikah الزنج? Where is it? Okay.
خلق المشوه, which mean defect creation. Ugly. This is what they are saying, not me.
Yeah.
All right. And here we go. This is the Shia. They told you the Shia is better.
Yeah, that's what I was told. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Shia are better, and they are saying to you, if you do that, if you marry from them, you will have not only that. Look what he says. If you go down in the hadith, there is tons of hadith. He said that if you have sex with the Kurdish people are kind of a genie, and they are uncovered by Allah, which mean they are exposed by Allah. So Kurdish are genie. Here he says, لا تناكح الزنج والخزر فإن لهم أرحاما تدل على غير الوفاء. Don't have sex with them, because the womb of their women have no loyalty, and the same for the people of India and people of the Sind.
Hind was Sind, okay.
And Qind, which supposedly I think Qindahar all the way to Afghanistan. So all those people are not good people, but who is left? The only good people are the Arab. Because people in Afghanistan, they are not black, correct?
Yeah.
Just because from there they are bad, and the Kurdish are not black, but they are genie, and the black, according to the hadith here, they are a defect creation, mushawwah, which mean ugly, and not good, bad. Yeah. I mean, so what is left? And look here, and here he explained here to you what التشوه. الشوه قبح الخلقة وهو مصدر من باب تعب الرجل etc. blah blah blah. So somebody is so ugly man or ugly woman. امرأة شوهاء, which means she is ugly.
Yeah, قبيح. Yeah,
قبيح. I'm going to use English translation here, so people will not say to me I'm making things up. Hold on, I will translate. I will post the link first to people who they are in the chat. I don't know if I can go through because the link have Arabic. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't go. But for sure I can send it to you in Skype. Let me give it to you. In YouTube it didn't go. We can post it later maybe. If we choose translate to English automatically.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here they translate the word as don't buy from Sudan. Who hated to fight against, but this is not about fight. What fight against? If
it must be Nuba,
to have sex with the Kurdish and the people of Sudan and others. And then the zinj. Here we go. This is the word was supposed in Negro. Zinj. They are created from a defect. The translation here is coming funny, and
zinj creates a warp.
Let me compare to the original, because it keeps saying don't buy. It doesn't say buy in here. Yeah, it doesn't say buy anywhere. Yeah.
Do not buy from Sudan.
Not only that, actually, yeah, it doesn't say buy in Arabic. Here we go. The Arabic one doesn't say buy at all. You see the Arabic.
It doesn't say لا تبيع.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say. Here من كره مناكحته من الأكراد والسودان وغيرهم. And the translation is coming as buy, but it's a مناكحة to have sex with them, right? And not only that, it says and don't
من الأكراد والسودان وغيرهم.
Don't even shake hands with them.
Yeah, don't even shake.
And if you shake hands with them, you will leave Islam. And if you have sex with them, the curtain between Allah and you are like broke. That's it. Which means they have no relationship to Allah. So فإنهم جنس من الجان. They are kind of a genie. So the translation here is not good, but as long as you speak Arabic, I mean, who cares? We're just trying to show.
Yeah, I can understand the general trend of what it means. Yeah.
So if you have sex with any of those, and including the people of Sudan, you will have, they are, according to Shia, they are a defect, and they are not, which means they are punished by Allah. You know, they are mushawwahin. Allah, he made them this way. And if you shake hands with them, you are in trouble because Allah will hate you. And if you have sex with them, even their womb is not does not carry a lawful child. You know, which means the child. Here we go. The wombs indicate none of fulfillment. Stupid translation. But I understand the Google translation is coming this way because the language is very old language, and the Google translation, you know,
the wombs indicate. So okay. So do the Shia? I don't understand how they have do they have any hadith from Bilal? Because this guy was telling me that that lots of hadith from Bilal. From
my friend, okay, what Bilal? You know, here we go. I mean, this is their highest authority. What Bilal? Let us say they have something about Bilal if they claim, and let him give me. What is the guy who wanna give you? Ask him to text you, and we will put the hadith in the screen so we can laugh.
Yeah.
So Bilal he was a slave and he died as a slave, and then after Muhammad's death, Bilal, he went to Abu Bakr and he says, if you bought me for the sake of Allah, free me for the sake of Allah. If you bought me for yourself.
My God, yeah. You see, CP, I've never heard about that since I was a kid. You know, we grew up loving Bilal, so I thought that he was freed immediately.
No.
If you remember this movie when we were kids, The Messenger. If you remember the
made by Al-Qaddafi.
Yeah, by that Syrian. You know, when we were kids, that is what we watched during the Eid, right? And we thought that after the Fathu Makkah, he was freed. He became a free man. He was saying the adhan on the roof of the Kaaba. You know, that's just what we thought. But when you said that even after the death of Muhammad, he was still a slave, you know, that really it crushed me. It totally crushed me. You know,
my friend, is it the Quran? Let me ask you. Hold on. Forget about Bilal. Isn't it the Quran says? Don't have sex or take wives from non-believers, and having one of the disbeliever Muslims from your slave is better than having a non-believer free. You know what I'm talking about? If the Quran confirms that Muslims they own Muslims, who they are slaves, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so why we need Bilal anyway? You know, I mean, so either the slaves are freed, or they are not. And here we go, the Quran saying, don't have sex with women who they are disbelievers, and having sex with a believer slave is better. You know,
with a believing slave, So that means the slave is Muslim but still a slave.
Correct.
So it's not free. So we have been lied to for too long. We've been lied to for too long. So it's
so when they say to you Shia is better, I mean we are showing you know, we are showing you from the Shia, from the Sunni, and this is the game. You know, the game of you know, like they are better and we are better. Ali is a criminal. He killed thousands of people. You know.
I'm
so
disappointed.
What do you think? After all those disasters, I mean, now we found that both are the same. There's no different. The Quran confirmed that Muslims they own, and the reason those slaves, by the way, they became Muslims because they were hoping that they will be freed. You know, they will be treated differently. You know? That's all.
You know, this is big. You know, most Muslims, I have to tell you, I mean, 100% of Muslims they believe that that Bilal was free. You know, nobody ever, you know, apart from you saying it, nobody will ever tell me that Bilal wasn't a freed slave. That was what we all thought. It's all the propaganda that we grew up with, that he was free.
Did Muhammad he receive gifts even as slaves Maria the Copt, they lie. They say she was his wife. You can go right now, search in Google. You will find the Muslim scholar, they are refuting them, says that Mary the Copt, she never been the wife of the Prophet. She was a gift, a slave gift, and he used to sleep with her. That's all. So if a prophet of Allah is against slavery, one of his titles was the Ba'i'ul Abid, the slave seller. He buy and he sells slaves. This is what he do for a living. So, and you know, if a guy is against slavery, how he go and says enslave them? I mean, this is what he do.
Yes.
He'd enslave thousands and thousands of people. And here the verse in front of us says, don't do nikah, not marry, don't have sex with women who they are adulterers, unless they believe. And doing that, one of your girls who they are, look here, it says a man slave or woman slave believer, he is better than unbeliever. So why the Muslim they have, and I want any Muslim to tell me, if Islam is against slavery, why a Muslim slave is exist?
Yeah,
I understand true. You want to say to me that those who they are against Islam, we enslave them. But a Muslim believer, why he is a slave? Why Muhammad did not say free all the slaves? He did not. Secondly, when the Quran speak about the punishment of murder, which later supposedly abrogated after people start laughing at Muhammad, what he said, al-hurru bil-hurr, free for free.
Okay, it's like al-hurru bil-an. Okay, free for free. Yeah.
In the law of murder, in the case of murder, free for the free, slave for the slave. I mean, what kind of religion is religion? So if I kill your slave, you kill my slave. So now we have two victims, they are slaves, and the killers are free. Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If Muhammad is against, you know, this guy, and then when people start laughing at him, and this is a clear proof that Muhammad is a false prophet, not only because he come with the law, because he changed it. Because later people start laughing at him. This is not the law of Moses. This is not what Moses says. Eye for an eye is not I kill your wife the same as you kill my wife. You know?
Yeah.
So this guy, instead of fixing it, now we have two murder.
Oh my gosh, you know, I'm torn. So Christians, so there is nothing redeeming about Prophet Muhammad. Nothing.
My friend, I can make big statement.
Yeah.
So Muslims, they can come, like they have the sermon. Do you know that you heard about the last sermon where Muhammad says there's no difference between black? This is not authentic. Nobody approve it. But because now it's fit for today, why we cannot find it in Sahih Bukhari? Why we cannot find it in Sahih Muslim? Why we cannot find it in any of the 6 Sahih of Hadith? Because it's not accepted. But because this is fit today with their propaganda, every Muslim he published this last ceremony.
No, wait. So you mean that the Hijjatul Wada is not in the Hadith?
It is in one of the books, which is Muslims. If I quote from there, they will say we don't accept this book. Okay, if you ask them, okay, where we can find Hijjatul Wada? Can we find it in Sahih Bukhari, the statement as they have it about the black and free? Can we find it in Sahih Muslim? If any Muslim can show it to me, I want to learn from you. No. And not only that, isn't it Muhammad who said that the black people, they are created from the right shoulder of the left shoulder of Adam, and they will go to hell? You know this, right?
From what?
Muhammad said that the black people, they are created from the right shoulder of let me get you the reference of Adam.
Oh, I can't believe this. Wow.
Yeah. The white people, they create from the right shoulder, and the black people, they are created from the left shoulder. Here we go. This is at-Tirmidhi, hadith number 38, and this is the website of Al-Ilm, Islamic website, 100%.
Yeah, could you let me see it? Okay.
Yeah, and I will send you the link, no problem. Allah Messenger, peace be upon him, said, and this is a Muslim translation, not mine, Allah created Adam when he had to create him, and he struck his right shoulder, and there emitted from it white offspring, as if they were white ants. he struck his left shoulder and then there emitted from the black offspring as if they were circle. So my friend, I don't know what's your name. According to the prophet, I am from the right shoulder and you are from the left shoulder.
As if they were charcoal. Okay.
Okay. And then he said, to those who have been emitted from the right shoulder for paradise, which means go to paradise, and I don't mind, I don't care. Wala ubali. And then he said to those who they are emitted from the left shoulder, go to hell, and I don't care. Do you see it?
And okay, and you said this is in the in which collection of hadith did you say?
This is a Tirmidhi. This is a Tirmidhi. This is one of the Sahih books.
Tirmidhi.
Wow. The books of Sahih are 6 writers. You know.
Okay. I know there's Bukhari, right, and Muslim or something. Wow, can't believe it. Can't believe it.
You know. So can you tell me more racist than this? Okay, have you ever heard Muhammad saying that the black stone was whiter than milk? Did you hear that or not?
Yeah, I heard that the sins of the humans on earth made it to turn black, right?
All right.
I think that's what.
What does that mean?
The black stone in the Kaaba, right? They said
but what it's mean? How you understand it? How the black stone was white, and then the sin made it black. What we understand from this?
Sin. Yeah, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe from touching it all the time.
No, my friend. You see that this is nothing. You cannot watch. You cannot wash it. Correct? You cannot wash it. This is not something you can wash. This is sin. This is not dirt. Sin is not dirt. You know. So what Muhammad's saying, that sin make you black, my friend.
So that means black is bad. Yeah,
absolutely. He's saying that, for sure. And this is stupid, because what my color have to do with how sinner I am? The founder of a Playboy station is not a black man. And he is not getting black, my friend. He was white and he was a blonde, right?
Yeah.
So what does have to do with the color? That is the most stupid statement ever. So here you see the racism embedded in this cult, which is an Arabian cult. The Arab, they are racist. Oh, everybody knows. And this is why Muhammad, he promised them women who you can see the marrow of their bones. And sin make you black. So,
and it is one of the things that really disturbs me, because okay, look at what happened in Libya when everything broke down. I mean, the moment they had the chance, all the black people, they were just captured, and they started selling them. I mean, I was like, what the heck?
And they raped them, and because they are African, they are the Libyan, they believe they are Arab and they are white, and the black,
So it's like every single attempt or any single time the Arabs, they have any power, all they want to do is just start selling black. I mean, Libya, you think it's a civilized place, it's a civilized country. Yeah, but
Libya is one of the biggest pirate countries in history. The first war actually USA had after USA became USA, it was a war with Libya, because they used to be doing piracy, the same as Somalia now. They attack ship and they force them to pay jizya if you want to go and live, or we will take your money. So this is who they are. However, here, we are talking about religion, and religion is the reason for all the behavior. It's not people, I'm not talking about people here. I'm talking about religion. So
that's true.
What about Muhammad said that the black dog is the devil?
Black goat?
The black dog is the devil.
Dog, okay. Oh my goodness. So
what do you think?
The black dog, I thought the black dog has the same DNA as the white dog. So what's the difference?
Obviously this is the racism, because when they ask him, look, and I said, oh Abu Dhar, what feature is there in the black dog which distinguishes it from the red dog and the yellow dog? He said, oh, the son of my brother, I asked Messenger of Allah as you are asking me. Okay, exactly as you are asking me. And he said the black dog is the devil.
Oh my God, really? So this is from which collection of hadith is this from?
This is Sahih Muslim.
My goodness.
Hadith number 510a.
The black dog is the devil. My goodness.
Yeah. So what more? I mean, what more you want? I mean, this guy, he thinks just because the poor dog is a dog, I mean, what does color have to do with the you know,
Yeah.
with him being, and not, he don't make him like a bad, he's made him the devil himself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh
You know,
God.
who is the most person Allah he hates?
The person Allah hates most.
Yeah.
Well, will be maybe the kuffar, or maybe the bad people, right?
No, it is a black man.
The black what?
Yeah, he's a black man. The most person Allah he hate. It is C.
There is a hadith for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can see.
My goodness. My God. Yeah, CP, you are destroying me.
I'm not destroying you, my friend.
Oh.
I'm helping you.
Can't believe it. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to find the reference for you. I hate to mention something without showing reference, but even though it's tiring to keep looking, and you know, because I cannot save all the reference I have in my head, and there is no way my bookmark is going to take me more time to find it in the bookmark from find it in the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah.
let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I wish the whole world would see this your videos, man. Oh.
Well, somebody from the admin helped me and he got me the hadith. That's good. All right. So now we save our time from looking. Thank you. Here we go. The most person Allah he hate. Read with me carefully. The most hateful among the creation of Allah is a one black man.
Can you highlight the place? The most hateful among, okay, yeah, is one black man among them. One of his hand is like the teeth of a goat, or the nipple of the breast.
Yeah.
When Ali bin Abu Talib killed them, he said, "Search for his dead body." They searched for him, but they did not find it.
So, my friend, you as a black person, do you accept any of this madness about yourself?
Yeah. Okay. Can you quickly show? Do you have it in Arabic?
Yeah. Sure.
It is the most hateful among the creation of Allah is one black man.
Here we go. ومن أبغض خلق الله إليه منهم أسود إحدى يديه طب شاة أو حلمة ثدي.
ويقول الحق. Okay. من أبغض خلق الله إليه. Wow. أبغض. My goodness.
Yeah. أبغض, which means the most hateful to Allah.
The most hateful. Yeah.
أبغض
خلق الله إليه. My goodness.
So what is left? And why he's black? I mean, and even the one who will destroy the Kaaba is a black, and the one who is you know, like the one who will block. He saw him blocking the stones of the Kaaba one by one. He's an Ethiopian. Let us see.
Okay, not Bilal al-Habashi.
No, he's just an Ethiopian. You know.
Okay.
He's an Ethiopian who Muhammad, he saw him. And look at this statement here. Here we go. Muhammad is speaking about Bilal. The Prophet said, because Bilal is a black person, and black person, they are you know, strongly, this is why they buy them as a slaves, because they are strongly built, correct, for labor. So
okay, the Prophet said, listen and obey, achieve, even if an Ethiopian whose head is like a raisin.
What kind of a prophet he says such a thing about somebody? Supposedly the Muslim, they say he is the companion of the Prophet. The companion of the Prophet, he says a raisin head.
Yeah, because a raisin is a fruit that has a shrink and is black.
He's making fun of the look. Obviously, he's making fun of the look. He's not praising the guy. Even if he is like this, so okay.
And this one is from Sahih Bukhari.
Bukhari. This is Al-Bukhari, Hadith number 693.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm seeing all this. I'm disappointed.
So my friend, after all of this, are you still a Muslim?
CP, I have to tell you, I have to say no. Yeah.
Glory to the Lord. I'm happy for you, my friend, that you decide to leave this
culture. Because I've been struggling with it for a long time, and yeah.
Well, I'm happy for you that you decide to leave Islam, but now I have a duty,
I think
we have to go to something more serious from the funny, stupid stories of this culture.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about accepting the Messiah as your Lord and Savior?
I still believe in God, and still believe in God
No, I'm asking you. Don't escape from my question. I'm asking you, what do you think about accepting the Messiah as your Lord?
Yeah, I've been reading, Bible literature and so many things, and our mind has been poisoned so much against Christianity and any other religion, but the veil has been lifted off my eyes, and I'm seeing things in a totally different way now. Seeing things differently. I'm seeing things differently. I have Christian friends. I've been talking to them, and the more I talk to them, the more I see their worldview, and it's totally different. And hey, I live in the West, and I see the development all over here, and the Muslims too. They want to run. They want to come here. They want to run to come to this land. And
my friend,
I just have to say it.
If there is something preventing you from accepting Jesus as your Lord, as your Savior,
it's just arrogance. Yeah, just arrogance.
But we have. You see, if the Messiah is the highest quality we can find to follow,
it's just arrogance. But I have to confess to you, I went to a Christmas party yesterday, and I did enjoy every inch of it.
But my friend, Christ is not a Christmas party. Christ is not parties. Christ is something different. It's good to be happy. I'm not against people being happy, but don't be confused between Christianity and people having a party. That does not make me make them Christians. What make us Christians? Jesus said, I know my sheep, and they knew, and my sheep they knew me, and from their fruits you shall know them. So Christianity make you happy, to make people happy.
CP, tell me one thing that totally differentiates Christianity from Islam, that makes it look different.
Everything starting from love your enemy, bless them, pray for them. That's something you cannot find in any belief. Not only Islam is totally against it, but you cannot find this in any belief in the world. Bless those who they are trying to hurt you. Jesus on the cross, he says, Father, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
So this is why I said to you a second ago, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. So how we know Christ? Not because of a Christmas party. We know Christ because of the fruits.
Yeah, I was talking to this Christian friend of mine almost like a week ago, and he told me that Christianity has redemption. Redemption means that even if you make a mistake, you can come back and beg, and beg for forgiveness. In Islam, if you steal, they cut your hand. That means you are branded for life. So Christianity has hope in humanity, and has hope that you can change, that you can become a better person. Islam, they brand you for life. They cut your hand or they cut your leg, and that means forever. They brand you as a bad person. You can never change. So that really hit me. That was profound to me, to say that Christianity looks up to you, that there is hope in change, But in Islam, no, it says no, there is no hope. They, they either cut you or they stone you to death, and you have no chance of repentance or redemption. That really hit me. And another thing that he told me, he said, in Christianity, it is not what you eat into your mouth that condemns you. It is what comes out of your mouth. That one, I hold that too. It's a very powerful message to me. He said, all this, don't eat this, don't drink this. He said, it's bullshit. He said, what matters is what comes out of your mouth, whether it's good thing, whether it's good words. That is also very, very. And another thing that I learned from Christianity is the idea of forgiving and loving, even if someone hurt you. In Islam, we don't have that. If someone do something, you want a revenge. And if someone slap you once, you want to slap that person 10 times. So
yeah, there's a Muslim. He don't agree either with me or with you, and actually he's speaking to me. He is saying that the Christian prince, he lied, and he said, and I'm posting in the screen, he said Sahih Muslim hadith number 2564 says, Allah did not see your look or your wealth, but he sees your heart and deeds. Okay, well, I have in a screen in front of me, Mr. Don't block me again. This is your prophet saying, the one who is talking to me in the chat, verily Allah has the fixed portion of adultery which a man will indulge, in which he of necessity must commit, the adultery of the eye, etc., etc. So look what your God is saying. You just said to me that your prophet says Allah will see only, he don't see your look, he see your deeds. But the adultery is what Allah he forced you to do. It says a necessity you must commit. Does it say that? Does it say that? So Allah he wrote for you a necessity sin you have to commit, and that even adultery. So how you say to me Allah he don't see your look, he don't see your deed? We showed you Muhammad speaking about the look of the black person. We showed you the hadith speaking about the African are born from the shoulder of Adam and they will go to hell according to your prophet, and the white people they will go to heaven according to your prophet. And we showed you that the black dog is the devil, and we showed you that the black stone used to be white like milk and became black because of the sin. And now we are showing you that your prophet saying that every deed you do is written by the order of Allah, and whatever you try you cannot get away from, you have to commit it. When Adam and Eve, when Adam he have a debate with the with Moses, according to Muhammad, how they met, I don't ask me. Muhammad have his own fiction stories. So Adam and Moses, they have an argument, and Moses says to Adam, because of you we are out of heaven. Moses says to him, how you blame me for a fate written by Allah for me 40 years before my creation, which I have to commit.
40 years
before his creation, which means even the sin of Adam, it is not the sin of Adam, it is the sin of Allah. Read carefully. Does it say here, and this is Sahih, here we go, this is Sahih, so they will not say to us this is weak. As
you blame me for doing a deed which Allah has decreed that I should do 40 years
before he created me. So the guy who says to me, Allah don't look at your look, you don't look at your deed, even your deed is not your deed, it's a stupid cult. So Adam's sin is not a sin of Adam, it's a sin of Allah. Okay, now we need to ask a question. If Allah is the one who make us sin, so why he will punish us and why he will reward us? Why Adam was kicked out of heaven? He committed no sin, and this is why Moses is confused. As you see, look like here Moses, he believed as a Christian that Adam is the reason for us to go out of heaven. Look, the Muslim here, and Muhammad, by the way, here proved that Muhammad is a false prophet, because Muhammad he claimed that Moses is a Muslim. So now Moses, after he dies, still he think that Adam is the reason for us to go out of heaven. That means Moses is a Christian, he is not a Muslim, because he believed in the original sin. So Moses, he have a disputation with Adam, speaking about, you are our father, you deprived us and caused us to come out of paradise. This is the opinion of Moses about what Adam did. So
but Adam said, it's not my fault.
Yeah, but here we got Muhammad busted in two things. They claim that Moses was a Muslim, but Muslims don't believe in the original sin of Adam, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but this is Musa's after he died. So Musa's he died, but yet he did not understand the original sin concept. And he is a prophet of Allah. And Allah even spoke to him directly, and he wrote the Torah for him by his hand. Yet Allah did not explain to Moses that it's not Adam to blame.
What is he didn't explain? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
This is the most silly statement ever. At the same time, so if you Muslim believe that my fate is written for me before I do anything, and what is written for me I would do, then why will we go to heaven? Why we go to hell? And in different hadith, Muhammad, he says,
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
That a person before he die, or let us say a person who is doing the work of heaven,
yes,
and almost he is going to go to heaven. This is Sahih Bukhari. I'm not, here we go, Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 6594. So Muhammad, he said, and he was commenting about how Allah, he created the baby. He says that you are a sperm for 40 days, you are a sperm, you are a clot of a blood for 40 days, and you are a piece of a flesh for 40 days. So total creation of the baby is 120 days, which is funny. And then he said, Allah, he write for you, he ordered the angel to write 4 things: his provision, his age, whether he will be of the witched or the blessed. And then it says here, Muhammad, he said, by Allah I swear, and by Allah, a person among you, or a man, may do the deeds of people of fire, till there is only one cubit or an arm breadth distance between him and fire. Okay?
Yeah.
And then what is written by Allah will take order and proceed. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this hadith when I was a kid. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So then, what Allah wrote for you will proceed. And then He does the deed of paradise, and He enter paradise. So what I want to believe in Islam, at the end of the day, it's what Allah wrote for me.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And then He said the opposite. Look, He says He gives us the other scenario. He says, and a man, he may do the deeds of people of paradise till there is only only a cubit or 2 between him and paradise, and then what had written for him proceed, and he does the deed of people of fire, and he enter it. So when a Muslim, he quote for me a statement from his prophet, you are quoting for me nothing but a bunch of confused statement of a madman, because if we put them all together, nothing makes sense.
So CP, in your opinion, Muhammad, do you think he was lying, or something was wrong with him? That's why. Or
I believe Muhammad, he have many problems. I believe he's a liar. I believe he's mentally ill in the same time, and I believe he have a double personality. You know, he had many issues. Obviously, you know, even the hadith confirmed to us that Muhammad, he imagined that he had done things, but in fact he did not. So how we can even trust? And that will be additional to all the madness he came with, and to, like, let us say, the nail in the coffin, the last nail. Muhammad is a bewitched according to Muslims. How we want to follow a person you believe he's bewitched? And how we can trust a person he imagined that he had done a thing? Maybe he imagined he saw a Jibreel. Maybe he imagined somebody speaking to him. Those who imagine things, they hear voices. And
but he never showed anyone, and nobody ever saw.
There's no witnesses for anything. He went to heaven. Even his wife, she did not see anything, as usual. And in the same time, you know, the stories of Muhammad are proving to us that he have a mental illness. Everything actually he is teaching us is a collection of mental illness, and this is why the Arab, they make fun of him. In the morning he says something, afternoon he change it. You know, he have a double personality. Even his sex is not true. Have you ever heard of a person he imagined himself having sex with his wife, but in fact he did not? So how far this man, he was delusionate? How much his sickness was taking effect on him?
Yeah, that's true.
The prophet, this is Aisha saying, this is the witness, the bed witness, not somebody from the neighbor. The prophet continued for such and such a period, imagining that he had sexual intercourse with his wife, but in fact he did not. I mean, how far the illness is?
Okay, with his wife, and he did not. One day he said to me, "Oh, Aisha, about which I had asked him."
Forget about all this garbage. We prove Islam to be false, and it's easy.
Sometimes
and you let Islam, and we were just trying to answer this guy who claimed we lied. We don't lie. He is the liar. Now I'm asking you, why you don't accept Jesus as your Lord as we speak?
Well, I think you know, I think the more I think about Christianity, the more it looks truthful to me, and the more it looks logical to me, right?
Okay.
The more it looks logical. Okay, I give you the one example, this example that I just gave you, that okay, in Islam, when you make a mistake, you are punished for life. If you commit adultery, you are stoned to death. You don't have you don't have the opportunity to repent and become a good person. When you steal, they cut off your hand and your leg. You are branded for life. You become a liability on the society, and when anybody see you, they know that you are a thief. When I was a kid, there are people from my country that came back from Saudi Arabia with their hands cut because they stole in Saudi Arabia, and they brought them back to my country. For life, everybody will know, oh, those people, they are thieves, right?
Yeah.
But in Christianity, nobody is going to brand you. You have the opportunity to become a good person, to reform yourself. That is very powerful to me. I find it very, very powerful. And in the West, when you look at the prison system in the West, it's called a penitentiary. That means a place where you go and reform yourself. That is okay. If a human being can think of that okay, go to prison and become a better person, then how come God can't think of how to make people better? You know, why cut their hands, cut their legs, brand them for lives that they can't change? Or everybody, when you say, oh, that person, oh, he's a thief, you know. So it looks like Christianity is more logical to me. You know, it makes more sense. Then the idea of love, loving your neighbor, loving everybody near you. Look at what happened during Christmas here. People giving gifts, you know. That makes a lot of sense to me, you know. And apart from that, look at Christian countries. They help a lot of countries. Look, America gives money to every country all over the world. You can, even countries that hate America, America gives them money. Isn't that crazy? And isn't that something?
I will talk about the American, they donate the most in the world, actually. Even though they are not really the most rich compared to, there's some Arab, they are extremely rich, but nobody donate as much as the American.
Yeah, they donate money, even though these countries, what they give them money, but when they pray,
you see, forget about all of this.
Yeah,
you see, you made a point that's if somebody he did commit a sin, you cut his hand, right? And Muhammad he made it, if you steal an egg. You see, and this is the ugly thing about it, because somebody he steal an egg, he's an hungry person. He's not a thief.
Yeah,
a thief, a real thief, he will not steal an egg. He will steal jewelries.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody stealing an egg, actually, either he is hungry or he want to feed his kids. So how you cut his hands?
Yes.
You know, where is the mercy?
Where is the mercy, and where is the reform? The person can never reform again. You know, he is branded for life, and he can't walk anymore. Oh, the thief! His children will be the son of the thief forever. You know, he is branded.
If he stole an egg, or a piece of rope, his hand will be cut. And Muhammad is the biggest thief in history. Why he did not practice that himself? How many women he stole from their husband? So he go out of somebody stealing an egg, but he himself the biggest thief. And in the same time, let us say this person he stole an egg, and he want to eat it. Okay, and theft is bad.
Yeah.
But how the Quran promotes theft and says their money is yours, take their money from them? Isn't it theft? How is it legal?
I mean, it's just so wicked and so brutal.
There's a guy, there's a hadith about a guy who stole first time, they cut his hand. Muhammad, he said, kill him. They said, Prophet, but he stole only you know, once. He said, okay, cut his hand. Then he came back, he stole again. They cut the other opposite side of his body, which is the foot. So now he have his right hand is gone, his left foot is gone. And then supposedly he stole again, and then he cut his hand, the left hand, and then he stole for the first time, and here we cannot explain how in the world a person, he have no hands, he can steal anymore. I mean, this is the but this is a stupidity in Islamic stories. They, you know, I believe that this is a story is fabricated, but Muslim believe in it.
Justice from God. I mean, no.
So first time, second time, I got it. Okay, now he still have a hand. Okay, so I can say that the person is a creep in his belly and he's stealing. But now he have no two hands, he have no feet, and yet he's still again.
So what happened?
How in the world do you want to steal this guy? He have no feet, he have no hands. Yet they say he steal, and then they stone him. So it is stupid, and you can see the lack of intellect. The person who steal an egg is not a bad person. Is not, because you see he stole an egg. He's hungry. Yeah, he have a problem. You know. Yeah. Because if he's a bad person, he will go and he will steal something, and he will risk the life of others. He will take the money of all your wallet. He will not take an egg. You know,
he's food. He's hungry. Yeah,
he is just pushing. He did not even take the chicken. He took the egg of the chicken.
Yeah,
you know. So where is the mercy and where is justice? And you know, this is a very stupid behavior. And you know, funny, you are talking about redemption. By the way, I'm wearing the T-shirt. It says redemption. And you know, not only you see the God is God of intellect and intelligence. Like you see, when we see a Muslim in the chat, he is quoting for me from the book of Psalm, and he says that God he hates. This is a lie translation, my friend. You are a fabricator. Anybody can go and read Psalm 5:5, and you will see how you are a liar.
It is bullshit.
Actually, let us not use bad word, please. And here you will see even you, the one who quotes Psalm 5:5, you see that chapter is speaking about the fool, and obviously you are fooling yourself by lying to yourself, because anyone can go right now and read the chapter, and everybody will see that you are lying. So Islam is the defense of Islam is based on lies. We cannot find a Muslim he can defend Islam by saying the truth. Like they say to you, how you believe in the Trinity? Okay, what is the problem with the Trinity? They say how God can be, my friend. How God cannot be? He is God.
You see, CP, you know, my answer always is, okay, by their fruit you shall know them. Okay, just look at the result of Muslim countries, which is disaster. You know, forget about Trinity, forget about all those, you know, all those Trinity, no Trinity. I don't care about Trinity. What is the result? You know, if your lack of Trinity gave you destruction, you destroy your country. Syria, they say it will take 500 years to build back Syria. You know,
so they will never build it, because they destroy the history of Syria, which is not the history of the Arab, the history of the Aramaic
of that country, and you are still talking about Trinity. It's just it's madness. It's stupidity. You know, I can't even understand why people will even listen to them. Okay, Trinity gave us America, gave us all these beautiful countries. Everybody wants to come to these countries. Yeah.
My friend, until now I do not know your name. Better. What I shall call you. You do not need to say your name. What I shall call you.
Okay.
What name I shall call you? Ahmad, Muhammad, Ali, I don't know what's your name.
My name is Mahmoud. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Mahmoud, listen. When a Muslim he says how God can be, and don't you see here the hypocrisy? And I will explain to you. Yes. You know, if you go in the Quran, let us go to the Quran right now, me and you. And if we go in the Quran, we will find that Muslims, the Quran itself, using a logic saying, how Allah can have a son and he don't have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
But do you know what this is mean? That's mean Allah cannot be God, because Allah is saying to us, he cannot be a person who can have a son unless he have a sex with the women.
Oh, right? I understand what you're saying.
Right.
That yeah.
So if Allah cannot have a son unless he have a girlfriend, that's mean Allah is like me. I cannot have a son too unless I have a girlfriend or a wife.
So, okay, what you're saying is, if you're God, you should be able to make son without anything. Yeah.
But the God of Mary, he was able to give Mary a son, but he don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know. So the God of Islam, he gave us, he himself, he questioned his ability, right?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, when you say how God can have a son, who is saying that? Allah. How Allah can have a son if you don't have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
So when Allah he says such a statement, he is the one is questioning one thing, his ability. And then if you question the ability of yourself, then you cannot be God. Right? The God of the Christians, he can. The God of Islam, he cannot. When they say to you, that God, the Quran says, if Allah wants something to be, he say be, and he was. Okay, here we go. He is saying, he is saying how Allah can have a son but he don't have a girlfriend. How can he? Well, I thought he is the Almighty.
This is Almighty.
Yeah,
he should use he could make anything with anything.
He do not need a woman. The same as Mary, she have no man, but yet she was able to have a child. Same time, when the Muslims they say to you, how God can be three person but yet one. Well, if God cannot be wherever he is, then God cannot be God. You see, you are questioning what? The ability of God. How can he? You see how they contradict themselves? In one hand they say to us, Allah, he can do anything, which means God can do anything. But in the same moment he say, how Allah can be three?
I need a woman,
you know,
to make it.
Well, how he can be three, that is not a question to ask for God, because I can ask all the how you can create the earth, how you can create the heaven, how you can create the stars, how you can create. So either he can or he cannot. So don't call him Almighty. So the logic of Islam prove Allah to be not Almighty God, not only because of a wrong understanding of science, history. He can't even pronounce name correctly. Muhammad, you see, like if you go to the chapter of Al-An'am, Al-Imran, I mean, who is Imran? There's nobody. His name is Imran. And he claimed that Mary, her father, is Imran. But the fact, Mary, this is the father of Moses, and this is why later Muhammad he called her, and the Quran called Mary the sister of Aaron. Why? Because Aaron and Moses, they have a sister. Her name is Maryam. So even historical mistakes, even science mistakes, even creation mistakes, endless mistakes. In the top of that logic.
So you mean that Al Imran doesn't really exist?
There's nobody. His name is Imran. Who's Imran? You go to the Old Testament, you will see there's Amram, not Imran. Imram. So he got the name wrong because he do not know how the Jews are saying it. So he copy, and he copy, and actually like I'm trying to find some document to see that Maryam, the sister of Aaron, the sister of Aaron. He said that she have a son whose name is Isa, and most likely that this is coming from where that Mary, this woman, she have a son, his name is Isa. So he's confused.
Really?
Again? Between Jesus the Christ, the son of Mary, which have nothing to do with his family, even not from the tribe of Mary, the mother of Jesus, is not even from the tribe of Moses. But look, this is the chapter of Imran. If you ask any Muslim, they will say to you, this is the family of Imran, this is the family of Moses, this is the family of Isa, and Mary and Zechariah. But those, what Zechariah and what are you talking about? What those have to do together? They have nothing to share together. They are totally different tribe.
Totally different. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
They are totally different tribe. So the God of Islam, how he can be Almighty, it's mission impossible, because simply he is ignorant in history, he is ignorant in science, he is ignorant even in language. Ask any Muslim, what does this mean? Alif Lam Mim. Any Muslim can tell me what Alif Lam Mim mean?
Yeah, no, I think they said they are secret letters. No, nobody knows that.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a secret letters right now. FOA. Here we go. I have a miracle. What does that mean? What Alif Lam mean? Muhammad, he was trying to copy. He's copying it from a book. You see, when Muhammad when Waraqa ibn Nawfal he died. Muhammad he tried to commit suicide. I'm not sure if you know about that.
You said
when Waraqa he died, Muhammad he tried to commit suicide many times. But why? It says it clearly here, and I will show you in the front of your eyes. When Waraqa he died,
the inspiration and the wahi stopped. No, wait, from where did you get this? The Sahih Bukhari. You know, so it says here. Can you show me, please? Yeah, I'm opening the hadith here in front of me. It says here. Okay. But after a few days, Waraqa died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while. And Allah and the Prophet of Allah, pray on him and salute him, become so sad. So we have heard that he intended several times to throw himself from the top of the high mountains. To throw himself from the, oh my goodness.
And every time he went there, the angel, he appeared to him and he says, don't do it. You are truly a prophet of Allah. But why he did that? Look, what is the relationship between Muhammad trying to commit suicide and the death of Waraqa? Anybody can tell me? It says it clearly there, not me. The divine inspiration was also paused.
Wow.
Because this is where Muhammad was receiving his Quran. So now he's in trouble. Where he will get this Quran from? Either he have to make one, or he have to copy. And Waraqa, he died. But look, if we go back a little bit, you will see that Waraqa, and this is the Muslim introduction for him, it says he became Nasara, not Christian. Nasara became a Christian and used to write an Arabic writing, and he used to write of the gospel in Arabic. This is the Quran.
So wait, you know what? Yeah, you know what? So why? Okay, when you listen to many Muslim preachers, they say Muhammad had never had contact with any Christian. So if Waraqa is Christian, then that means
the Muslims agree that Khadija, she was Nasara, and Waraqa was Nasara, and I believe Waraqa is
no. Wait, you said in Islamic history Khadija was Nasara?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, Nasara, yeah, but Nasara is not really Christian. No, this is the ignorance of Islam. They think Nasara is a Christian. Nasara is a cult like Jehovah's Witnesses, you know.
Oh, okay.
And this is why Muhammad, he getting all those ideas, you know, wrong ideas, because he did not meet really Christians around him. He is under the influence of his father, which is Waraq ibn Nawfal. You know, he was sleeping with his mother before he came to existence. And this is why if you have my book, you will find that the sister of Waraqa, she offered the father of Muhammad 100 camel when he was in his way to sleep with the mother of Muhammad. And when he said, no, I have to go first to this woman, and then I will go back to you. And then when he came back after he finished sleeping with her, she told him, I do not need you no more. So obviously Muhammad's father, according to their history, he was a jagalo who sleep around for money. And at the same time, you ask yourself, why everything in Islam about Muhammad is Waraqa there? When Muhammad, he was lost his way, the one who found him, he was a child, he was with Waraqa. The one who endure him as a prophet, it was Waraqa. The one who Muhammad tried to commit suicide after his death is Waraqa. I mean, who is the one, you or me, we will willing to commit suicide for his death? I mean, how much we are attached to this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, this is sense.
This is not normal unless there is a special relationship between him and Muhammad.
This is making sense.
And you will notice here in the story that when he saw the angel Khadija, she was married to Khadija herself. She is a relative to Waraqa. And here we go. It says Waraqa ibn Nawfal ibn Asad ibn Abdul Uzza ibn Qusay. Waraqa was the son of the paternal uncle, i.e. her father, which means to Khadija. So this is a family, you know. This guy is the Khadija, his like she is his niece, and Muhammad is his son, and he is the one who is trying to create a new Christian cult in the Arabian Peninsula. Islam is not meant to be a new religion, as it is a new cult. And then Muhammad, when Waraqa, he left him alone, so he started going left and right, and he started accepting ideas, some from the Jews, some from the Christians, some from the pagan Arab, and all of this made the new cult. It's called Islam. Now we go back to zero, my friend. Why you don't accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior?
Yeah, I think Christianity is the truth. Yeah.
So do you accept? I invite you. Do you accept the Messiah as your Savior and your only Savior to go to heaven?
Yeah, I do.
Hallelujah. You know, I'm really happy for you, my friend.
I do. You know, it's difficult. You know, because we're brought up so arrogant. So we just don't want to give. We just think we are much better than everybody. But you know, when you just look at it, you just know it's bullshit. We don't. Let
us not use a bad language, my friend. Remember, now you are a Christian. Refrain from any bad language. And as long as you accept the Messiah, I'm asking you, do you accept that the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit is one God?
Yes.
Do you accept that the Messiah, he died on the cross?
I do.
Do you accept that he was resurrected?
Okay. I do.
I invite you, my friend, to give yourself and your soul to the Messiah so he can receive you right now as we speak in his kingdom. The Bible says a happiness will be in the kingdom of God, of the Lord, of the Father, for one soul is saved. And today it's your day. Today, my friend, your name is written in the book of life. The Messiah, he said, whoever believe in me and die, he will live. So today you receive the eternal life by his name, and we pray for you to be guided, to be truthful, to be useful for all people around you, including the Muslims, and never hate the Muslims. Remember, we are not here to hate the Muslims. We will never hate them. And you just said one of the things you love about Jesus, he said, love your enemy, right?
Yep, love your enemy.
So let us practice that, and we start with loving the Muslims and invite them to accept Jesus. We don't love evil, but we love people, even if they are sinners. This is why Jesus says, I came for the sinner. And this makes sense. The doctor, he come for the sick. He don't come for the healthy. Right? So when people, they are saying to him, we are talking to those sinners, and this is the idea of the Jews, who they are so proud. You talk to those sinners. He said, I came for the sinner. So being a person who speak to the sinners, inviting them, showing them, guiding them, is the way, and it is the truth. But in Islam is the opposite. The Quran says, are you going to guide the one who Allah misguide? And this is very funny, because if Allah will not guide the one who misguide, he will guide who? The one is guided. Which is, you know, even the logic of this cult is weird, and it is beyond intelligence. So my friend, I'm so happy for you. Anything you want to say for those people who are listening? They are happy for you.
You know, I just want to tell everybody, especially, you know, the Muslims, I just want to tell them to, you know, just go read the Quran with a very open heart, with a new eye. You know, just when you open your mind, when you are reading the Quran, you will see the inconsistencies. And apart from that, you will see the result. I mean, Muslim societies, they are not really happy. I have to tell you, I come from one. They're not happy. Everybody is spying on everybody. The society is not well structured. When, you know, compared to when you come to the West, you see things are different. You know, people are just so accepting, so happy. You know, the difference is clear, as they say. You know, read the Quran with a very open eye. Then you will see that you've been lied to. Yeah, you see that. Yeah,
thank you, my friend Mahmoud, for calling us. I have a good time speaking to you, and feel free to invite any of your friends, because they might say to you, oh, he did lie to you, he deceived you, you know. So tell them, you know what, I'm here, call him, I will be listening.
Yes.
All right, so thank you for calling. I have to let you go, and I pray that the Lord will be with you, and
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
And don't forget, somebody from the Christian here in the chat is saying, don't forget to confess your sin. But my friend, he said already that he spoke about what he liked about Christianity is redemption. So already he confessed his sin, already he understands that. Thank you, my friend. Take care. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye. Do we have any Muslim want to fix what happened? Any Muslim want to fix what happened? They say that our friend here, our brother, he just left Islam and he became a Christian. Maybe if you call me, you can fix it and get him back into Islam, so he can get the virgins. This guy, he gave up the virgins and the couches and the pillow which Allah will give him in heaven. Any Muslim would like to call me? A person, his name. To Cam. Okay, let's see this person. Is he a Muslim? For sure. Let us see. Well, it says call declined, so I don't know why he gave you the call declined. He said 5 minutes. Well, I don't know if I'm going to wait for you, my friend, but he declined my call. You see, they can say whatever they want, but obviously Islam cannot stand anything. Can't stand a simple little tiny question. Prince would debate a person in Arabic. Well, no problem, we can debate in Arabic, but you have to translate. You see, because all my audience, they are people who speak English. So if you want to call me and you are willing to translate every sentence you say to me twice, one in Arabic, one in English, I have no problem. Is that fair, guys? Because people here, they have the right to understand what we are saying. It's not going to be nice that we have 1,000 people at least listening, which is a small number compared to usual, and then we speak in the language nobody understands. But if you are willing to translate every statement you say to me twice, go ahead, be my guest. I will be happy to have you. Anyone? Actually, for me, it's a lot easier if we debate in Arabic, because it saved me from the headache of it says in translation, the lies. You know, we read the original text as it is. Who there? Anyone? There's one, he said he will call me after 5 minutes, but I'm losing my voice. Bomba, he is challenging me in the Chinese. No problem, we can debate in Chinese, don't worry, be happy. Actually, when you read the Quran, it's like speaking in Chinese, because the author of the Quran and the reader of the Quran and the writer of the Quran, nobody understands what the Quran is saying. This is why when they explain the Quran, they say Allah knows best. This is why you read any verse in the Quran, you will see that the scholar brother, they agree about not to agree about the meaning of this verse. This is the only agreement. They agree about not to agree about the meaning of this verse. So this is the only agreement. The guessing book. And the funny, Muhammad, in order to cover the theft he have, because he cannot explain what is there. You see, because he's a thief, he don't know what is right. You know, the verses which is about women, sex, this is Muhammad verses. Other verses, the one is in details, and they have like they need a good explanation. Muhammad had no idea what to say. So look what he said. He said that the Quran is two-part. One is so clear and one is unclear. And the one is unclear, nobody know its meaning save Allah. Have you ever heard of a book like this? And Searching, it's hiding meaning except Allah. Nobody knows their hiding meaning save Allah. So Allah, He sent us a book, and this book is two-part. One is clear, and the one is not clear, which is 90% of it. Nobody knows its meaning save Allah. So which one is clear? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we hear you. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Take a hike. We thought you are an eagle, it turned to be a duck. Quack quack. Anyone? This is religion and this is God. Anyone? All right. Well, I'm happy today that our time was not wasted. We have a brother who accepted the Messiah from Sudan, and we showed him that Shia or Sunni, both they believe in racism. Islam is a racist cult, false in every way. The reasons of belief is false in Islam. The reason of belief. Why you want to believe in Islam? Because you want to go to heaven to get those, to get a pillow. Have you ever heard of a God like this promising me pillows? Why? Because the Arab, they are used to be poor, and the one who have pillows is the Roman and the Persian. Pillows? Are you serious, brother? Yes, brother. You will have pillows. You will have a green shirt and made it from silk. Green shirt made it from silk in Iran? Yes, made in Iran. And it's called, and even he gave it the brand name. It's called Istabrak. Istabrak is very well known, made silk from Iran. So Allah will import from Iran, you know, to heaven, Istabrak. And what else, brother? You will give us honey. This is heaven. And what else, brother? You will give us women. You open a box, you find a lot of those, and they are very white. Party. And what else, brother? I cannot show you the picture, but we can show you the verse, because the picture will be a problem. You know, this is the reason to convert to Islam. Read it. This is the reason why you are lying to us. All those articles, none of them he gave us the real reasons. The Quran mentioned the reasons, because the promise of Allah is the reason to believe in what? In Allah promise. Right? The guy, he says Jesus, he promised a throne to his disciple. Why not a chair? You see, this is because you are a silly person and you are trying to make fun of a very very high statement of the Messiah. Nothing in the heaven of God, in our God, is literally physical. This is why he said he and she, they will not get married, they will be the same as angels. So angels don't have physical needs. No sex, no food, no treasure, because the treasure is to be with God. So because you are silly and you don't want to understand, you try to make something out of something, but we laugh at you. Here we are speaking about something real. When Jesus, he speak about anything in heaven, Like when Jesus said, the one who drink my water, he will never be thirsty. Is he talking about drinking water? Why Jesus was used to carry a cup of water go around? So either you are being silly and you know that he meant spiritual meaning, or you know you are trying to hide it and you are a liar. So which one? Are you the silly or the liar? Choose one. Both of them, they fit for you maybe. But here we see a God. He's promising us women with big breasts. And people, they will be drinking non-stop and they hit cheers. And not only that, in this heaven you will have an open buffet, have only grape and chicken meat or bird meat. And little boys going around him. This is your heaven. Handsome boys going around you. How many? 80,000 little boys. And they are again the racist Muhammad. They have to be white. Why? Because in Islam this is the beauty creation. This is the beauty creation of Allah. This is heaven, right? So everything is embarrassing in the Bible metaphor. Well, this is very funny of you to say embarrassing, because what is the embarrassing of Jesus promising me anything in heaven? You did not. Did Jesus promise me a big boobs like your prophet? I have to put you in the block again because you are just an idiot. It's embarrassing that you think it's embarrassing. This is what is embarrassing. That's when you are immature. You are here for the last 2 hours. You fail to give us anything. You think it's embarrassing. And look at you. In order to avoid answering the stupidity in your book, you try to divert the topic to make it about Jesus, but you fail. Because nothing we can compare between what Jesus said and what the Quran said. It's an insult actually to compare between what Jesus said and what Allah said. Can you show me where Jesus he promised us women with big breasts, or women they have a private part nobody touch in heaven? I'm just trying to be polite, not to say what exactly it says, because the Quran doesn't say really they are not being touched. The Quran says something totally different. I'm not going to read it. I will show you. All right. I will show you. And this is your Muslim translation. And you read it. Do you see it? Is that a metaphorical? No. You will be sitting in your couches. You will have 2 springs of water flowing. I don't know why 2. But I can explain. One of them is the water of life, and the water of will make you white. Any one of you watched the video made by the Dean Show? Anyone remember it? It's called The Description of Paradise. The Sheikh in the video in the Dean Show, he says to you, before you enter paradise, there's 2 angels. They will give you a drink, 2 drink, and one of them will make you young in the age of Jesus, and the other one will make you white and beautiful like Prophet Joseph. The water of whitening and the water of life will bring you back to your young age. Here we see those water, and here you see Muhammad, because he is just making a statement, Arabian music. He said things which is stupid. Did you notice that Allah will give every Muslim to heaven? Did you notice that? And look at this translation. What monotheism? It doesn't say anything. It says وَلَمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ جَنَّتَانِ. All of this is translation is very weird, man. What let us go to someone, another idiot. Look how he became small now. What happened? But for him who feareth standing before his Lord, there is two heaven, two Jannah. Two Jannah. I thought, how many Jannah we have? But the reason Muhammad he made them two, anyone knows why? He's making rap. He have to end the end of the letter with the letter AN. You see, تكذبان جنتان تكذبان تكذبان جنتان أفنان. So in order to make Arabic music, he made the heaven to heaven, which is stupid, just to make Arabic music, because now he have to add the and that make them two. But are you going to have one heaven or two? What do you mean two heaven? So what, one foot in heaven and the other foot in the other heaven? And look, have you ever heard of a God? He keep repeating the same verse over and over. Look at this. How many times this verse repeated? Look, let us go. Hold on. Let us go. Just to show you that this guy is just making a stupid rap, as those who go in the stage and they hold their nuts in the stage when they are talking. Look, in which in the favor of your Lord that you deny. In which of the favor of your Lord you deny? In which of the favor of your Lord you deny? In which of the favor of your Lord? God is saying that. Thank God I am not God. If this is what God do, this is the most boring job ever. I will write a book and every two lines I have to add, which is it in the favor of your Lord you deny? Which is it the favor of your Lord you deny? Which is the favor of your Lord you deny? Why you don't change the name of the Quran and name it which is the favor of your book? That's it. Why does God is repeat? That's it. Put this word, this sentence at the end, and that's it. Well, we got it. We got it. And look at this. Look at this one. And for him the ships who they are in the sea. Are you sure? Are you sure that the ships in the sea are for Allah? And this is supposedly we cannot deny. So the cruise ship, I took it many years ago. It was owned by Allah. As I remember, there was a casino inside the ship. This is nothing but a spam. If somebody come to your chat, he keep posting this, you will block him. The ship is owned by Allah. And here, by the way, this is the video the Muslim they made about the two seas who didn't, you know, they never transgress. This is another stupid mistake in the Quran, because Allah he teach supposedly, or Aka Muhammad, that the fresh water and the salty water never met. Everything is owned by Allah. It's talk is cheap. As long everything is owned by Allah. What about Allah? He dumped a lot of food in the Sudan, in the people in Sudan and Somalia. Why Allah don't dump a lot of food on the Palestinians who supposedly they are getting donation from the United Nations? Where is everything is owned by Allah? Why you are waiting for the donation of the American? Why Egypt and Jordan and Sudan and all Islamic countries, they live by the assistance of USA, including Pakistan? Your rice, your bread, is your oil, cooking oil is paid by USA. Where is Allah food? Will I ask my God? We say every day, we say when we pray, we say our Father out of heaven, and He give us. You Muslims, your God is not giving you. Even when you want to have security, you come to our land. You don't stay in your land. The most amazing thing is a gift from God is to have security. Do you have security? You have no security, you have no justice. What is left in Islamic countries? Nothing. He have give us penalty. Where is this? Number one thing he did not give you is a brain. Can you give me? Okay, Mr. Muhammad, it's a challenge for you to call me right now and give me one thing Allah he gave you can confirm, not just a statement. Is that fair, guys? Do you think Mr. Muhammad can call me right now and show us anything with a proof, not a statement? Because I can say even the brain you have, I give it to you if you have a brain. Talk is cheap. So can you call me and prove to me that Allah he gave anything of your choice? I don't care what it is. Do we have a deal? What do you think? Who is a Muslim? He can give us any proof that Allah he can give anything. It's a challenge. See, guys, the question does not make sense. A second ago you were saying to me Allah he gave us everything, and now the question does not make any sense. You just said Allah he gave us anything. Can you prove to me he gave you anything? Anything, just prove it to me. Because anyone can say the same. Do you have a proof? As an example, do you see the verse by mistake we stop in it? How Allah he says such a stupid verse? That the salty water and the fresh water they never mix. Is that your God is talking? If he is the one who made the two water, first how he consider the fresh water sea? Your God do not know the difference between the sea and the fresh water? This is God is talking. He think the fresh water is a sea, and he think that this fresh water and the salty water never mix. How this can be God? You see, if I ask you as an example now, who is the one who gave us the two seas? You will say Allah. Can you name them for me? Mr. Muhammad, can you name the two seas for me? Can you? Text me. Text me and let us see how good you are. Here we go. Allah he gave you two seas. What is the name of the two seas? I mean, this is a simple question. You can open any interpretation. Can't you? How easier I can make it for you. So either the statement here is a stupid, or this is a smart statement, and Allah must be God then. What do you say? Obviously the one who made this statement, he is an idiot. Let us call Muhammad Qasim. He is shy to call me. I will call him. I'm trying to get busted. Look. He's not answering. Okay. He will not answer because we got you busted in 2 seconds. If Allah he gave you everything, how he knew such a stupid information that there is two seas, one of them is a fresh water and then one of them is a salty water, and they never transgress against each other. So the God of Islam teach that the fresh water is separated and it is a sea, and the salty water is separated and it's a sea, and separated by what? By barzakh. What is barzakh? A dry land. Here we go. The Arabic is so clear. I know that the Muslim, they make videos saying the water here going in the sea, they have two different colors. They're stupid stories. The Quran doesn't say that. The Quran says there's between them barzakh, which is a barrier, which is a piece of a dry land. So that the one who made the Quran, the author of the Quran, believe that the earth contains two seas. One is a fresh water and one is salty water, and Allah made them never met. لا يبغيان. So how Allah can be God and he says such a stupid statement? You tell me. Any Muhammadan? And I'm willing to open any interpretation of your choice so we can read together and we can love. Anyone? So you see Muhammad Qasim now is searching Google, by the way. Do you know what he's doing now? He's searching Prophet Google. Oh boy. He's asking me for this verse now, what I will say to him. How Allah is the one who made everything, he did not know what he made. Look like your God do not know that the fresh water is coming from the salty water. They are not two separated water. The water of the ocean become a cloud. It's not we have an ocean, we have two seas. Since when the fresh water is a sea? Where we can find that sea? So why you don't answer the call? I called you. Muhammad Qasim, what is the answer? How Allah he think in such a statement like this? If Allah is God, how he think that the fresh water is not the same as the salty water? It's not coming from the same place. They are totally two separated seas and they have nothing to do with each other. Answer. Anyone have an answer? We did not even flip the page. We were talking about prove to me Allah, and here we go, the verse in front of us. Right? Mr. Fadi, no, we don't make fun about Suleiman speaking to the ant, but we make fun that Allah he taught Suleiman the language of the birds, and yet he speak to the ant. So you are ignorant. Secondly, if you read that verse there, it says that God he put the words, the sound coming from the mouth of that donkey. It's not the donkey is talking. Read the verses and you will laugh at yourself, at your ignorance. It's not the donkey. This is God giving warning using his angels. But in the Quran, Allah he taught the language of birds to Sulaiman, and yet Sulaiman is understanding the language of the ants. In the story of Balaam, he heard his own language, not the language of donkeys. Do you have something better? Imagine I say to you, I teach you English, and then I speak to you in German, you understand. That's what the Quran is saying. Allah he taught Sulaiman the language of birds. Let us go to the Quran. Maybe you don't like the idea, no problem, here we go. Just to show you what is silly about it. Does it say in the Quran that Allah he taught him the language of the birds? And this is how he did spoke to the hudhud, who is looking for women who have no hair in their legs. Okay, read carefully. And Cinnamon was David higher, and he said, "O mankind," etc. And then we gave him the obedience of all things truly evident, blah 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 blah. Okay, here it says, and we taught him the language of the birds. Do you see it? Okay, so the Quran says Allah he taught him the language of the birds. If we jump one verse after, we will find Suleiman laughing at the ants statement. Now I want your majesty with your intelligence to tell me how Suleiman he learned the language of the birds, but yet he understands the ants. And by the way, the ants are mute and they don't talk. They communicate. Yes, all creatures they communicate, but they communicate not by speaking, either by vibration or by chemical. So how he heard her? Got to go? Muhammad Qasim? Oh, he got to go. Are you there, Fadi? So this is what we are laughing at. And the verse you quote for me, you are quoting it wrong. Well, look like we are out of Muhammadan. So guys, I want to say thank you for being here. Don't forget to download the video, share it with your friends. If you speak different languages, add subtitle, and pray for our friend from Sudan, our African brother who accepted the Messiah today. And remember, we as Christians, we believe that all of us, we are children of God. It doesn't matter if we are Asian, black, white, it doesn't matter. Me being white or black does not make me better than someone who's an Asian, and vice versa. That is a stupid lie. Those who believe in supreme ethnic, they are themselves, they have mental issue, they have sickness. You can find that some like let us say in some society, whatever poorness exists, crimes will go high. Right now, if we have a city, all the city there is white, and there's no jobs, and there's drugs, and there's no education, crimes will be spiking high. Have nothing to do with the color. Give people education. The Bible says our enemy, what my people have been destroyed by what? By their ignorance. So my friend, all of us, mankind, women and men, our enemy is ignorance. It's not a color of a person. When you are ignorant, you fail, because anybody can fool you, anybody can lie to you, anybody can deceive you, anybody can steal your money, anybody can use you and abuse you. So all of us as a Christians, we should stand against unjust, because if there's a just and unjust in a place, there's unjust everywhere. And that unjust is like a bacteria, will spread. So if you think there's unjust in this place, then, and you think you have nothing to do with it, you are just waiting for it to come to you. You know what I mean? It is unjust to let unjust happen, which means if you can change the situation of being unjust and you just watch, you are part of injustice crime. If you see a woman being raped and you do nothing to stop the rapist, you are a criminal too. You are no better than the rapist, especially if you can stop the crime. So we Christians, we've been called to be just and to be fruitful and to be loving. And one of the most important things about justice is love, because if you love everybody, then you love to be justice to them. This is the fruit of love. Justice is one of the fruits of love. Love your enemy. What does that mean? If I am borrowing money from my enemy, I have to pay him back, because he's not my enemy no more. I love my enemy, and because I love my enemy, I love to be justice to everybody. I love to be fair. I love to be good. I love to be truthful, honest. So love is a source of every good thing happen around us in this earth. You see, even the farmer who love his garden, the garden will give different from somebody he don't love. He just want to make money. If you have a bunch of sheep and cows, if you treat them with love and mercy, even they will give you better. If you are aggressive, even with animals, even animals will hate you. And this is why Muhammad, he cannot be a person to follow. He ordered to kill dogs, and dogs are very, unique creatures. They are best of friend for a human being. Now, there's bad dogs, but there's bad human, right? There's bad dogs, but there's bad human. There's bad human who do way worse than what dogs can do. But there's millions of dogs who they are very good dogs. So my friend, the fruit of a Christ is what we are after. And the fruit of a Christ will lead us into his heaven. We are not after the heaven. In Islam you are after the big breast, you are after the women, you are after sex, you are after wine, river of wine, a river of honey and crazy stuff. We are not after that. Our glory and our happiness is to be with the Lord. The heaven is just his place. It can be whatever it is. Our happiness is to be presented with him, exist with him. It's not about what he will give us. We are not believers because he will give us some things. We are not immature people. You see, immaturity starts from this: what you will give me, not who you are. So if there's two people in front of you, one he says to you, I will give you a car, the other one he says to you, I will give you a villa. You choose the one who will give you a villa. But maybe the one who will give you the villa is the devil. But you choose the villa. We are looking forward to be with our Lord, who is holy. His holiness is what attracting us to him, is what making us obey him, is what making us following him. It is not money he will give. He will give us no money. He said that clearly. No money, no sex. Those promises is only for those who can be deceived by temptation of human desire, like sex. Why in the world I want to have children around me who they are servant? Isn't it this is a child abuse? Why in the world I want to have a God he promised me a couch? Isn't it silly? A pillow. Isn't it silly? Isn't it insulting that God he promised me women in heaven? Why? Women, they are just made for sex? Aren't they human like me? And why I don't have a wife the same as Adam have a wife? What about having one wife? Isn't it God he created Adam and Eve? God did not create Adam and 72 Eve. So how come I go back to heaven, I found millions of Eves waiting for me? So this is a sexual religion based in sexuality and temptation in order to control the mind and the behavior of a human being. So you go, you fight, you die for Muhammad, and he is watching and he is laughing at you. Osama bin Laden was hiding, and yet Al-Qaeda, they are dying. Al-Baghdadi was hiding, yet his men, they were dying. Because only the fool, they go and die to get the virgins, but the smart ones, they will never do that. Even the leaders, Muhammad himself, he never go and risk his life. He hide in the back and his men die for him. because he himself, he knew that it is a lie. Thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you. Don't forget to download the videos as soon as we finish, even though it has become long, but you can cut maybe the part where you think it's more important to make it shorter in case this will satisfy your purpose. May the Lord bless you. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and we see you soon again. Take care.